Hello, my name's Steve Regan, and today I'm going to take you through a very quick tutorial on how to put a picture box onto Visual Studio's 2015 and put a picture in it, an animated GIF, and how to move it across the screen. This is part of a program which builds up how to make games on Windows Form applications. So the first thing we need to do is open up Visual Studios and open up a form application. You can name it, I've named it Game Skills 1. You can name it what you like. Also, basically, I'm just going to resize this window here so it's a reasonable size. I'm going to rename the form Game just so that I can refer to it. So I use the convention FRM for form and then Game. And then just go down also to the text part and name, basically change the text. I can never find this. If you can't find it, I suppose I could search at the top. There it is, text there. That's what's going to be displayed up here on the form. So I'm just going to put game. Okay. Right, so that's now changed that. Right, so what we're going to do then is we're going to go through this fairly quickly so you can pause the video if you want to recap on it. So I'm going to go to the toolbar here and I'm going to look for a picture box. Now, instead of scrolling through, I'm just going to write in the search bar at the top, just write pick, and you can see there's a picture box, and we'll drag it onto the screen there and then just reposition it. Because I'm going to use a transparent GIF, to make this a fair size, I'm going to go to the properties here and look for its back color here, go to the back color, change the web, and then click on transparency, which is at the top. And that will allow a transparent GIF, but only on a background picture that you put on the back, which I'll cover in a later video. Then what I did is go onto the internet and I've looked for I can look for an animated GIF, a transparent GIF here. And in this case, I found one with a flying dragon. You can see it's an animated GIF because of the dots on here. So I'm going to right click onto the picture and save it as. And I'm going to save it in the bin folder. I'll just show you how to search for it of my particular game that I've saved. So you go to Documents and you scroll down to Visual Studios 2015. You go to Projects, and then you go in here to Game Skills. Now, you go through the Game Skills folders to the bin and to the debug folder, and that's where you want to put all your images. And you can see that I've put the image there before. All I did was rename this one here, Blue Dragon, when I did it, and then saved it onto into there. So that's saved basically. So you can put as many animated GIFs in there as possible that you want to use in the game, but we're just going to use one today. So I'll just minimize that down and we'll go back to here. Now look at the picture box at the top corner is a little arrow. If you click on that, it opens up a dialog box. If you click choose image, and then you can navigate to the local resources, import, and then you can search for the folder. Remember, it's Visual Studios, projects, Game Skills, in my Game Skills 1 in my case. Go into the bin, go into the debug folder, and then just double click on that. And then you can see that your picture will be imported into there. Now, when you first put it in, you can see that the size of the picture is not really right. And that's because you need to put it into a different size mode. And here it's normal, so that's the normal size of the picture. It's 4 times bigger than the screen. Just be careful of that because of the resolution. And you can center the picture, zoom the picture, but I use stretch image. So the image fits nicely in the box there. You can see there it is. If we just animate, if we just start that up now, you can see because it's an animated GIF, it'll just sit there and it'll just fly on the spot. That's the animated GIF working and not the actual any code because we haven't put any in. So now we're going to put some code in to get this flying dragon to move across the screen. And that's all we're going to do at this present time. So to do that, then all you do is you need to put on a timer. So we go to Toolbox and we type in timer, and you see that a timer element comes there. You drag and drop that onto your form, and you can see that it turns up below the form there because it's a non-visual object. I'm going to rename the timer here TMR, for that's the shortcut, remember, that you did to the form, and I'm just going to call it Blue Dragon just because I know which particular visual object it's going to control. So Blue Dragon there. While I'm there, then I'm going to click on back onto the dragon, and I'm going to rename the dragon Pick Blue Dragon as well. See, everything that's associated with the Blue Dragon is called the Blue Dragon, but it's the prefix before it, the pick and the timer, that tells you which one it is, basically. Now all we need to do is we need to set the timer interval. So we can go here, and we can set the timer interval, either that would be interval 1000 would be 1 second, but every second it would move. That's not much. So we're going to go down to about 10, which is about 10 milliseconds, basically. No, it's 1 millisecond, in fact, down to make sure that it moves fairly well across the screen. So only one thing to do now is make sure that we've got the background set to transparency. We've named all the items correctly on the form, on the dragon, on there, and now we need to double click onto the timer there, and then we need to type in here the instruction we will need to move it. And in this case, we're going to move the Pick Dragon. There, we got it there. You can see it's on the list. So we go like that, and we're going to move its left-hand corner, its top and left-hand corner. We're going to move that minus, so it's going it's going from right to left, equals 1. So in other words, that says Blue Dragon's left position is equal to Blue Dragon's left position minus 1 every time that ticks. But we also need to double click on the blue bar. So we need to go back to the design menu, click on the tabs here, double click onto the tab at the top there, and then we get the form load. And we need to start the timer. So we go TMR, pick out the timer, there's a dragon timer there, and then just put start, capital letters, remember there, just pick it off the menu, there you go. And then we can just put the rest of the brackets and that in, and that simply starts it and does that. Let's have a look at see what it does then. So I'm going to start the program up, and we wait for it to build and load, and there we have, going across the screen, flying quite nicely, a dragon. Now what it will do is it will go round, it will just go off the screen and carry on going, basically. So there you go. So that